Good morning, students. Today we will solve a problem of accounting equation. See the problem. Show the effects of following transactions on the accounting equation. Okay. We know the accounting equation. Assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. It means total assets will be always equal to the addition of liabilities and capital. Okay. First, Harish started business with cash rupees 10,000. Second, purchase furniture from Messrs Lalit Traders rupees 20,000. This is a credit transaction because the party's name is given in the transaction. The entry is of purchase and for cash. These words are not here. So this is a credit transaction. It means purchase furniture from Messrs Lalit Traders on credit worth rupees 20,000. Third, purchase goods on credit from Amit rupees 10,000. Fourth, withdrew for private use rupees 2,000. Means the owner withdrew for his personal use rupees 2,000 from the business. So this will be the drawings of the owner. Then received interest rupees 4,000. Paid to Amit rupees 10,000. Here we have purchased goods on credit from Amit rupees 10,000 and here we had made the payment to Amit. Okay. Next, sold goods to Sham costing rupees 6,000 for rupees 7,000. Means we are selling the goods costing rupees 6,000, but the selling price we have charged will be rupees 7,000. So the difference between these two amounts will be our profit. Okay. Then paid rent rupees 3,000. Okay. Now we will solve the problem on the board. This is the table. Here we will write transaction and this is the equation. Assets is equal to liabilities plus capital. Okay. Now first transaction. Harish started business with cash rupees 1 lakh. So I will write started business with cash. So our cash is our asset. So in assets column, cash rupees 1 lakh. There will not be any liability and the owner has invested rupees 1 lakh into the business. It means his capital invested into business. So his capital will be rupees 1 lakh. Okay. Now let's tally and make the total of this. Total of assets is 1 lakh is equal to liabilities are nothing, means 0 plus 1 lakh. So the equation tallied 1 lakh is equal to rupees 1 lakh. Now the second transaction. The second transaction is purchase furniture from Messrs Lalit Traders rupees 20,000. So purchased furniture from Messrs Lalit Traders rupees 20,000. I told you this is a credit transaction because Lalit Traders is party's name. It is given in the transaction and the entries of purchase and for cash words are not in this transaction. So this is a credit transaction. It means we have purchased furniture from Lalit Traders and amount has not been paid to him. Okay. So first our cash will remain as it is because there will not be any change in cash as we have not paid the amount to the Lalit Traders. So cash will remain as it is rupees 1 lakh. Then we have purchased furniture. So new asset is coming into the business. So next asset will be furniture rupees 20,000. Okay. Then new liability will be created due to this transaction. As we have purchased furniture on credit from Lalit Traders, amount is payable to Lalit Traders. So new liability will will be created here, namely creditors. And creditors amount is rupees 20,000, as 20,000 rupees are payable to Messrs Lalit Traders. Capital will remain as it is, that is rupees 1 lakh. There will not be any change in capital. So now let's tally after the second transaction. Total will be, total of asset side is rupees 1 lakh plus 20,000, means total assets are of rupees 1 lakh 20,000 is equal to creditors 20,000 and plus capital is 1 lakh. So 1 lakh plus 20,000 means 1 lakh 20,000 is equal to 1 lakh 20,000. Okay. Now the next transaction. Next transaction is purchase goods on credit from Amit rupees 10,000. Purchase goods on credit. So third, purchased goods on credit. Okay, purchase goods on credit from Amit rupees 10,000. Now again this is a credit transaction. Party's name is given, purchased goods and credit is given in the problem. So there will not be any change in cash. So cash will remain as it is, that is rupees 1 lakh. Furniture will remain as it is, that is rupees 20,000. There will not be any change in furniture. Then goods, new asset will be created, as we have purchased goods. There is new asset coming into the business. So goods will be of rupees 10,000 because we have purchased goods worth rupees 10,000 on credit. Now we have purchased goods on credit from Amit. So our creditors will increase. In last transaction our creditors were rupees 20,000 plus now we are purchasing goods from Amit rupees 10,000. So there will be addition of 10,000. So total creditors will be rupees 30,000. And there will not be any change in capital. So capital will remain as it is, rupees 1 lakh. Okay. Now let's make the total. Total of this side is 1,30,000 and total of this side is equal to total creditors rupees 30,000 plus capital is rupees 1 lakh. So 1 lakh plus 30,000, that is 1,30,000 is equal to 1,30,000. Okay. Now the next transaction. Next transaction is withdrew for private use rupees 2,000. Withdrew for private use rupees 2,000. It means the owner is withdrawing rupees 2,000 cash for his personal use from the business. Okay. So fourth transaction, withdrew for private use. Amount withdrew for private use. So cash. Our cash was rupees 1 lakh and now the owner is withdrawing rupees 2,000 cash from the business. So cash will remain rupees 98,000. Furniture will remain as it is. There will not be any change in furniture, that is rupees 20,000. Then goods will remain as it is. There will not be any change in goods. Okay. There will not be any change in creditors. So creditors will be 30,000. Okay. And now capital. Here our old capital is rupees 1 lakh. But as the owner is withdrawing rupees 2,000 cash from the business, it will be his drawings and drawings will always be deducted from capital. So less drawings 2,000. So capital will remain rupees 98,000. Okay. 1 lakh minus 2,000. Now let's tally. this transaction, let's see whether the equation tallies or not. Total of 98,000 plus 20,000 plus 10,000, it will be 1,28,000. 1,28,000 is equal to total creditors 30,000 plus capital will be 98,000, and 98,000 plus 30,000 means 1,28,000. Okay, so the equation tallies here. Now the next transaction, fifth. Here I will write the total. Assets total was 1,28,000 is equal to total liabilities 30,000 plus capital was rupees 98,000. Okay, this was the total of first four transactions. Assume this is the second page of mine. Now the fifth transaction, it is received interest rupees 4,000. So received interest rupees, no need of writing the amount, received interest. So now cash. See the cash in this total, the cash was rupees 98,000. As we are receiving interest, our cash will increase by rupees 4,000. So add 4,000 in this cash. So the total will be 1,02,000. Okay, and there are two other assets, that is furniture and goods. So furniture was of rupees 20,000 and goods were of rupees 10,000. They will remain as it is. Now the liabilities that is creditors will remain as it is, that is rupees 30,000. And now the capital. Our capital was rupees 98,000, but when we receive interest, the interest will be our income, and income should be added always in capital. So we will add rupees 4,000 in this capital. So the total will be 1,02,000. And now let's tally. Total of cash will be 1,32,000. Cash plus 20,000 plus 30,000 plus 10,000 is 1,32,000 is equal to 30,000 plus 1,02,000. The total of capital and liabilities will be 1,32,000 is equal to 1,32,000. So now the sixth transaction. Sixth transaction is paid to Amit rupees 10,000. So paid to Amit. We have paid rupees 10,000 to Amit. Amit is our creditor. In this creditors there is addition of 20,000 and 10,000, from which 10,000 was the amount of Mr. Amit which is payable to him. Now in this transaction we have paid that amount to Mr. Amit. So our cash will reduce. Our cash was 1,02,000. It will reduce by rupees 10,000. So it will be 92,000. Okay. Furniture will remain as it is. There will not be any change in furniture. So it will be 20,000. Goods will be rupees 10,000. And now the creditors. Our creditors were rupees 30,000. From that we are paying rupees 10,000 to Amit. So our creditors will reduce and they will remain rupees 20,000. And capital will remain as it is, that is rupees 1,02,000. Okay. So let's tally. Total of 92,000 plus 20,000 plus 10,000 will be 1,22,000. Okay, is equal to 20,000 the remaining creditors plus 1,02,000. 1,02,000 plus 20,000 is 1,22,000 is equal to 1,22,000. Now 7. Next transaction is sold goods to Shyam costing rupees 6,000 for rupees 7,000. Sold goods costing rupees 6,000 for rupees 7,000. Okay, let's write the full transaction for better understanding. See, they are selling goods to Shyam. Here party's name is given, entries of sale, and for cash words are not here, so this is a credit transaction. Goods were sold costing rupees 6,000, but they were sold for rupees 7,000. Means the selling price of goods is 7,000. 7,000 rupees charged to Mr. Shyam, but we are giving him goods of rupees 6,000. Okay, so cash. As this is a credit transaction, there will not be any change in cash. So cash will remain as it is, that is 92,000. Then furniture, there will not be any change in furniture. 20,000 furniture will remain as it is. Now goods, as we are selling goods, our goods will reduce. Our goods were rupees 10,000 before, and now we are selling goods costing rupees 6,000. So we will deduct rupees 6,000 from this amount. Goods will remain for rupees 4,000 only. Okay, and then we are charging rupees 7,000 to Mr. Shyam, and amount is receivable from Mr. Shyam because this is a credit transaction. So Shyam will be our debtor. So new asset will be created, that is debtors. Debtors will be created worth rupees 7,000 as we have charged rupees 7,000 to Mr. Shyam. Okay. Now liabilities, there will not be any change in liabilities. Liabilities means the amount payable to others, and debtors means amount receivable from our customers. So total creditors remain as it is, rupees 20,000 plus capital. Our capital was rupees 1,02,000. Okay. Here in this transaction we are having profit of rupees 1,000, and profit is always added to the capital. The goods are going out for rupees 6,000, but we will get rupees 7,000 from our customer. So 1,000 will be our profit. So plus rupees 1,000, profit will be added in capital. So capital will be rupees 1,03,000. Okay. Now let's study here. Plus 1,000, so it will be 1,03,000. I am making adjustment for some space. 1,03,000. So now total. Okay. Now let us make the total. Total assets were 92,000 plus 20,000 plus 4,000 plus 7,000. Means 1,33,000 is equal to creditors 30,000, creditors 20,000 plus 1,03,000. So the total will be 1,23,000. Here the total is 1,23,000 is equal to 20,000 plus 1,03,000 means 1,23,000. Okay. So this is the total. And now the last transaction. Okay. Last transaction is paid rent rupees 3000. So paid rent rupees 3000. As we are paying rent, our cash will reduce. So cash 92,000 were there, minus 3,000, it will remain 89,000. Okay. Furniture will remain as it is. Furniture rupees 20,000. Goods rupees 4,000. And debtors rupees 7,000. Okay. Creditors will remain as it is. Creditors 20,000. And capital was rupees 1,03,000. And as this rent is our expense, we have to deduct expenses from capital. So minus 3,000, it will be 1 lakh. Okay. And let's tally and get final equation. Total of this is 89,000. 1,20,000 it is. 1,20,000 is equal to 20,000 plus 1 lakh, that is 1,20,000. Okay, understood? That's all for today.